Hey everybody, I hope you are having a fantastic day. I have in my hands the EnergyDuino from Nightshade Electronics, and this is an item that one of you guys alerted me to. I don't remember how I found it. I may have seen it in my Amazon affiliates, or it might have come up in a comment or something like that, but I noticed that one of you guys mentioned this board and I had to check it out. And so I asked them if they would send one to the channel, and they did, and they're also going to be sponsoring a giveaway, which is pretty awesome. So let's check this thing out. This is the, it comes with, what is it, a little sticker? It comes with a little sticker. Thank you for buying the product, telling you the pinout of the thing, how to go for product support, and all that stuff. And then in here, we have a heavy Arduino Uno type thing. And the reason why it is so heavy is that it has an 1800 milliamp hour battery strapped to the top. And so this is essentially your everyday Arduino Uno in this custom board with a battery management system, a power switch, and what they're calling a high-speed serial interface, a high-speed USB interface, the CP2102, I think it's called. But they're saying that that makes uploading sketches really fast, so you know I'm going to test that out. They claim that this thing will run 24 hours plus using a blink sketch, and so we are going to check those claims out. I'm going to see how long this thing will run doing a blink sketch. I'm going to obviously fully charge it and give it a chance to do its thing, and then we're going to test it out. We're just going to kind of get some ideas of what the EnergyDuino is capable of. As I said, 1800 milliamp hour battery. It charges over USB, and that USB charging is 500 milliamps charging. So not any kind of fast charging, but should not take you too long to power this thing back up. I think the idea is that you'd probably use it with some kind of solar panel or something like that. But we're just going to see how long the thing runs on battery by itself. So I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to let it run down a little bit, and then we are going to charge it back up and then see what kind of runtime we get out of the EnergyDuino. So a few weeks have passed since I got this thing in my grubby little hands, and I have been testing it and using it. And the first thing I failed to notice is it does have these cool lights down here. It's got a power light, RX-TX charging, all that kind of stuff. If it's running on the L tells you it's running on the lithium battery. So that's kind of cool. I do love the little RX and TX lights. But what surprised me is that and I don't really know why it surprised me, but it did have a blink sketch on it. And it came, charged, it turned on. So what I decided to do is to turn it on and just set it over there on the desk and let it do its blink sketch thing and just run it down so that I could recharge it again. But to my surprise, this thing ran for just short of 30 hours on the blink sketch, which completely verified their claims of at least 24-hour runtime. So that one, check. That claim is good. So what I decided to do, though, is, nobody's going to get a battery Arduino board and run it to just do a blink sketch. You're going to do some real work with it. So I sort of thought about what are the different use cases for this. Well, one use case would be if you're, on your bench and you just don't want wires running around. Like, it's kind of nice to just be able to build projects wirelessly or to take them different places. I could also see you, maybe taking this thing and sticking it in a field for a couple of hours to collect some data, and then bringing it back and grabbing your data. The other thing that I really think this thing would be used for a lot is as a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply. And so what I decided to do, and I've got another Arduino here to demonstrate it, what I decided to do was to add an Ethernet shield to this thing and one of these DHT11 sensors, and I wrote a little API on my computer, and I made it so that I tried every 10 seconds and every minute. It didn't really make much of a difference, but every 10 seconds, this thing would read the temperature and humidity and send it over the Ethernet to my computer, and my computer would store the temperature, the humidity, and even more importantly, the timestamp. And so what that allowed me to do was to see how many API connections I could make on one fully charged battery, and that allowed me to know how long the thing ran, because when it died, it would stop making API connections. So I was able to get 7 hours and 18 minutes and 20 seconds out of this thing, just no battery management, just a 10-second delay, and I made 2,379 API calls over the Ethernet shield. Now, the reason why this thing is connected to this one right now is because I did hook this up just to get an idea, because you can't really measure from the USB port how much this thing is drawing, because it wants to charge the battery and all that stuff. So what I did is, hooking it up to a Key Studio Arduino, I found out that this thing was drawing 0.19 amps at 5.24 volts. So that is just shy of a watt, like 0.99 something watts. I ran that test at, and at that kind of load, I got 7 hours and 18 minutes and 20 seconds, which, you know, hey, for a UPS, that's pretty good. Now, I did go ahead and run it again with a 60-second delay instead of 10 seconds. It didn't make any difference. I got about the same amount of runtime off it. Didn't make any difference at all. So that claim, you know, they didn't claim how long it would run, obviously, in your project, but I feel like that's pretty dang good, considering the load that I put on this thing. You know, a real shield, a real sensor, these things even heat up a little bit. So, you know, a decent load on the thing. The last claim, though, was that they said that there was a chip on here that allowed the thing to upload your code faster. And that I actually could not verify. So what I did is I wrote basically the biggest sketch that you could upload to an Arduino. I took all but like 1 or 2 bytes of data, all but 1 or 2 bytes of memory, and uploading to the EnergyDuino took me 6.68 seconds, and reading it back took 4.46 seconds, where the Key Studio was able to do the same upload in 4.46 seconds and read it back in 3.24, and this cheap Arduino clone was even able to beat this one at 4.99 write and 3.76 read. So that could have been my cable. There could have been something unique with my testing, but I was not able to verify that test. But overall, I think, you know, this board does what it claims to do. It is a battery backed up Arduino with battery management, charging management, and all that. And so it is what it is, and I like what it is. Now, one of the things that I asked them is, I didn't want them to just send me one. Like, you know, I know you guys watch my channel and you're like, hey, this guy gets free stuff. Like, I want you to get free stuff. So what we're going to do is I am going to do a giveaway for 3 of my favorite groups on the internet. Now, because the lithium battery and all that stuff, I can only ship this to the US. And I'm very sorry. You know, I do international giveaways also. But I am going to give away one of these to a YouTube commenter, one of them in my Facebook group, and one to the Arduino subreddit. And all you have to do is comment in any one of those places what you would do with the thing. So simple. Comment in YouTube, comment in Facebook, comment in the Arduino subreddit what you would do with this thing, and we're going to pick one winner from each of those places to get a free EnergyDuino shipped to you, no questions asked. So anyway, I hope you found this interesting. I love this stuff exists. I love that there's people out there who are, you know, giving us new form factors, giving us new options. Thanks to EnergyDuino for this board and for sponsoring the contest. Hey, comment below. Links are in the description. Have a great day.